Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to read 3 people's minds at once.
Do you want me to?
I have to tell you, this trick, I don't know who came up with this, but it's a really great trick. And basically the effect is that you get to read 3 different people's minds at once, but I'm not going to do the performance because I don't have 3 different people here for me. So I will do a performance / tutorial in this video, and this video is going to be quite long because I'm going to be showing a tutorial. I'm going to make a tutorial for the beginners and the advanced, and I'm going to combine that all in one video. Alright, so basically, let's say the 3 cards, the ace, the 2, and the 3 represent the cards that the spectator chose. And the ace represents spectator's 1 card, and 2 represents spectator's 2. Spectator 3 gets the 3rd card. So basically, let's say you go like this, they pick 1, and that's the ace. You go like that, they pick spectator 2 picks 1, and that's the 2. Spectator 3 picks, and that's the 3. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a fan, take the 3rd spectator's card first. The order is very important, and it goes at the very bottom. Take the 2nd spectator's card, and take the 1st spectator's card, like so. So at the bottom, it should look like this: 3, the 2, and 1. You don't see the cards when you're doing the performance, but for this tutorial sake, I'm going to show you. And then that's the 3, the 2, the 1, and the order is very important. And what you're going to do is you're going to close the fan, and you're going to do Dynamo's multiple shift cards control. But you're not going to turn the cards to see the 3rd card because you don't want to think that you know what the cards are beforehand. So you're going to keep them face down, and what you're going to do is, as I taught in my other tutorial, you're going to use a gravity to pull the cards down, and then you're going to strip the cards off and just do a Hindu shuffle, like so. Basically, what you did is that you controlled the ace, the 2, and the 3 to the very bottom. And if you don't know how to do Dynamo's multiple shift card control, I'll leave you a link in my description. You can just check that out and come back to this video. Now, from here where you have the ace, the 2, and the 3 at the bottom, what you're going to do is you're going to get a break on their bottom 2 cards. The way I usually do it, I would buckle the cards like this. That's 1. Or I'm sorry, that's 1, that's 2, like that. I would buckle the cards under 2 cards. That's for the advanced, and if you don't know how to do it, you can simply do a pinky count from the bottom of the deck, like so, like 2 cards. Or you can simply just riffle down 2 cards with your thumb, right? There are 3 different ways for anyone. And it's quite simple. And once you get a break on their bottom 2 cards, like so, what you have to do is you have to transfer that break into a thumb break, like this, onto your right hand. And then you're going to swing cut top portion of cards to your left hand. I taught that how to do it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make it seem like you finished the cut, but what you're doing is you're dropping all the cards from the break to this hand. And then from here, you're going to perform the double undercut. 1, 2, like so, which brings the 2 and the 3 to the top, leaving the ace at the very bottom. That's very important. Once you're in this position, what you're going to do is you're going to perform slip force. But then here, this is when the magic interaction begins. You're going to tell the spectator to you're going to show the spectator how to cut first. You're going to say, I want you to cut maybe 10 cards, and then you're going to cut it like this, or something like that. You can just do a slip cut, okay? What you just did is that you kept the 2 on your left hand, but the 3 on your right hand. So you go up to spectator 2, because you have their card right now, and then you're going to say, cut maybe 10 cards or so from the top. And basically, this is what they're going to do. and they're going to keep it on the table. That's the Spectator's 2 card. And then as soon as you do that, you're going to close the bring the packets together. So now you should have the 3 on the top like this, and the ace at the very bottom like so. From here, you're going to go up to the third Spectator, because you know that the 3 is at the top. You're going to go up to this third Spectator and say, hey, I want you to do the same. Cut around 10 cards from the top. And then that's what they're going to do. And they're going to place their packet on the top. So basically, you're in a situation where the 2 is here, the 3 is here, and the ace is here. So you go to Spectator 1 card. While you're doing that, there are 2 main approaches you can take, but since this tutorial is going to be for beginners, I'll teach you the easiest way. You can, from here, do a double undercut, get a pinky break under the first card. You can do a pinky grab, or just buckle a card, or just use your thumb to get a break under the top card. From here, you can do a double undercut. You do the thing, cut, and then double undercut like so, which brings the ace to the top. Or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can just do an overhand shuffle all the way up to the very last card. So basically, this is what it would look like. You just do a overhand shuffle, and you keep stripping the card off like this until you are on the very last card, which is the ace, which brings the ace from the bottom of the deck to the very top. From when you're in this position, you'll go up to the first Spectator and say, hey, I want you to cut maybe 5 to 10 cards from the top, like so. And then in theory, if you did it right, that should be the 2, the 3, the ace. So that's the most easiest way to perform this trick. Now, let's move on to the advanced. So again, this is for the advanced only. If you, because I will be teaching there will be techniques that only the advanced would know. You need to know how to curl a card. You need to know how to do a side steal, like so. There are some components that make this part a lot harder. So let's start off with these 3 aces. Let's say the ace and the 2 and the 3 also represents, again, the Spectator's 1's card, Spectator's 2's card, and Spectator's 3 cards, 3rd card. So what you're going to do is, of course, all the cards will be facing down, but for this tutorial's sake, they will be facing up. So you're going to go up to Spectator and say, hey, while I fan, touch a card. And then let's say they touch this card. That's the Spectator's 1 card. You're going to keep this facing down, and you're going to go like this, show them their card, and when you pull it down, you're going to curl it under your hand, like so. Remember, see how I curled it to the bottom? Like that? That's what you're going to do. That's why you need to keep this hand facing down, because you're going to do it 2 more times, but you don't want to flash the ace. So once you do that, you're going to go up to Spectator 2 and keep spreading out the cards. And let's say they touch this card, you're going to show them their card, and then you're going to, as you pull it down, you're going to quickly curl it again. Okay? Like that. See? Ace and the 2 is at the bottom of the deck, like this. And basically, you're going to spread out the cards, which means you're going to be curling under this card, top 2. And then you're going to go up to Spectator 3, and let's say they pick this one. You're going to bring it down, and you're going to curl it again, and close the cards like this, square it up. Basically, what you have just done is you have controlled the ace and the 2 and the 3 to the very bottom. So you can do this, or you can do Dynamo's multiple cards control. But if you're advanced, this makes it more realistic, more unique, and it's so fast that the spectators don't think you actually controlled it. So you're in this position where the ace, the 2, the 3 is at the very bottom. From here, you can get a break on the top 2 cards. Again, it's very similar to the beginner's card trick, and then you're going to cut like so, and then do a double undercut, which brings the the bottom 2 cards, the 2, the 3 to the very top, leaving the ace at the very bottom. From here, you're going to demonstrate cutting to top 10 cards first. While you're doing a slip cut, you can do it like this, my version, or you can just say, I want you to cut maybe 10 cards or so, and then you're going to go up to Spectator 2 and tell them to cut 10 cards or so, we both know that that's a 2 already, so they'll cut it like this, and they'll always already have the 2. And then once they do that, you're going to close and bring the packets together like this. Go to Spectator 3 and tell them to do the exact same thing. They'll cut it. And then from here, you can do a side steal. That's why it's hard. You're going to basically cover the right portion of the deck like this, and then you're going to use these three fingers to push the very bottom last card to this hand, like this. So it's going to look like this. Basically, in an exposed view, it's going to be like that. That's what you're doing with your left hand. So while you're holding it with your right hand, you're going to push it with your left hand, and you're going to steal it with your right hand, and then just do that. In reality, it's very invisible. Not many people pay attention to your hands. But if you feel like this is too dangerous, you can either do a cut and then a cut and a double undercut to bring the ace to the top right here, or you can either do that, or as I said in the beginners, you can just do an overhand shuffle. So if it's at the aces is at the very bottom, you can just overhand shuffle to the very end. So you have to make sure that you strip all the cards, reversing the order from the top to the bottom, and leave the ace to the very top. And then you go to the Spectator. You go to Spectator 1 and say, I want you to cut maybe 10 cards or so, and they'll do the same thing. And basically, and then that's when you reveal the 3 cards that they've cut to, and say, hey, you just helped me with my trick. Thank you very much. And then that's the tutorial, guys. I hope you liked it. I'll see you next time.